Do they keep this channel open from the lilies?
They do it on their own, and I think they beat them down. Cancer's an interesting thing, and it's tough. You gotta just stay positive, and this is very tranquil. They kind of just take care of themselves. I mean, I love feeding them.
The waterfall is actually behind them. You can hear it, but you can't see it. Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. Hey, there he is. Thought he was gonna meet me by the pond. This is my first ever visit. I'm with longtime Aquascape customer, Dave Weedy, and friend.
Yeah.
2 doors down as our CFO, Beth Montgomery, and Dave has had a pond for a long time. We're in Geneva, Illinois, my new hometown, right. And I'm showcasing how people live the Aquascape lifestyle. You've been battling some challenges health-wise, and
yes, I have.
And I said, let's grab a cup of coffee and sit by your pond, right?
I love it.
So this is the first time I've ever actually been in your backyard. I've seen plenty of pictures.
Brian was the one that helped me design the whole pond too.
Okay.
So we paid him to come out, and he gave us such great advice.
And you knocked it out with your boys, right?
We did. We really did. A little tractor and a lot of digging and moving thousands and thousands of rock.
So how many years old is it now?
6 years old.
6-year-old Aquascape ecosystem pond, homeowner built, and wow, look at those pink grapefruit and the size of those fish. Oh, it's a jungle back here, bro.
It is.
It's got to be 10 foot tall of cattails there. Oh, look at that. She got some nice fish there.
Yes.
Very, very nice fish.
Thank you to Aquascape.
You would always come over and help out at Water Garden Weekend.
I loved coming to Water Garden Weekend because when I first started coming, I was just a customer, and I noticed how crazy it was. So I wanted to work in crazy.
Oh, I love
town.
that.
So it was so much fun.
And this is fun for me too, because we're sitting in a nice neighborhood, but it's so private because you got 8 foot tall cattails on one side, you got cut leaf sumac on the back there,
Yeah.
and it's just completely private. It's a golf course here, huh?
Yeah.
This is an ambitious project for a homeowner. How many fish are in here, bro?
50.
You know.
It's hard to count them when there's that many. Believe me, they're moving so fast, it is very hard to keep them cut.
But look at how healthy and size of the fish are, and the koi. And people are always asking about the plants and the fish, but when they have a full thing of rock and gravel, you can get big plants like this and big fish.
Yeah, and again, they kind of just take care of themselves. I mean, I love feeding them. If you build the system right, it stays very clean, the water. 2 high-finned banded sharks in
Oh,
here,
you do in here, huh?
and they're getting really large.
Wow, I hope I can see those when I'm with my underwater camera.
They are a little hard to see.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 white channel cat, or the albino channel cats in here.
So how would you describe how you, Dave Weedy, lives the Aquascape lifestyle? This looks like a kind of a routine sitting right here.
It is very much a routine. Every morning, coffee out here on the deck with my wife.
But your wife also enjoys this.
Oh, we live out here. It's wine in the evenings and it's coffee in the mornings, and it really, I believe, helps me a lot with my health.
Talk a little bit about that. You've been fighting some stuff.
Yeah, the cancer's an interesting thing, and it's tough. You gotta just stay positive, and this is very tranquil. It's zen, and
Amen.
you keep the stress off. Things like this really help. It's been a godsend to have something this special, and to have Aquascape where I can go, look at stuff, learn. That's the one thing. You guys actually teach your customers constantly. You're just a wealth of knowledge. It's wonderful to share in all of that.
And the boys love it too. I mean, Cole, this was one of the things, he's studying fisheries management now, isn't he?
That is correct.
And this is one of the reasons why.
It is absolutely the reason why. And when I was little, I used to go into every little pond. I didn't care if I couldn't see 6 inches in it. I was in that water. You couldn't get me out of it. So I wanted to build a pond here where Cole could actually go in, interact with the fish, and be a part of it, because I know how much I loved it as a child.
And he did, and now he's in Wisconsin studying fisheries management. Is he working at like a hatchery this summer?
It's like a hatchery, but it's a fish research center for the University of Wisconsin.
Cool.
They're doing a lot of breeding programs with salmon and walleye. It's extensive what he's doing.
What I love about this pond is it's very wild. It's very natural. I mean, I can see a little bit of a stone over there, but then is that mint?
Yes.
Aquatic mint that's just completely camouflaged that whole edge over there.
It does.
I see arrowhead back there. Obviously, you got the cattails. cattails. So it kind of takes care of itself. What did this look like 6 years ago? I mean, I see the neighbors with their lawn. I mean, was this just grass 6 years ago?
Straight grass.
So what did you do?
We had my oldest son's graduation from high school party. The next day after the tent and tables and chairs were pulled down, we started digging. Brian had already come out before that and given us great ideas of how to do it and some design features.
Well, what I think one of the big things that he gave you was build it big. I mean, you built a pretty big pond for your first pond.
Yeah. And to be honest, I kind of told my wife that it was going to be a little smaller.
you fibbed a little bit.
Yes. You can't really see the line when you're digging because the dirt gets over
there
the
you go.
line.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, we planned it where it goes down 2 feet. It has a 3-foot ledge. It drops again another foot or two.
So how deep is this?
3.5 feet right here, and it's 4 feet deep down there.
Wow, there's a lot of gallons of water in here, which is why you have 50 large koi. And then, what are you filtering it with a wetland, or is there a biofalls back there?
It is a biofall. You can't see it.
Just a standard biofalls in the back there, huh?
And it's great because I don't even see it now. I don't see anything.
You just let it go natural.
Yeah.
And the fish love it.
Oh, they absolutely love it. And the frogs, we have a massively huge bullfrog in here.
I can hear him.
He rules this place.
But that's nature, right? It's kind of fun to see the birds come down. I mean, and I guarantee you that every day you look out and see what's going on with the fish, right?
Oh, almost by the hour. It's just so exciting to always see what they're doing.
And you said that's one of the things that you attribute to your improving health.
I'm positive of it. Anybody that has a pond, they know there's something about a pond and watching your fish that is just so relaxing.
And this is the only thing I don't like about my job is leaving. I don't want to go. I want to sit and enjoy people's ponds and company and just look at something like this for hours on end. And that's the whole thing. You just let time melt away and you're not attached to electronics. You're just out in your backyard. There's nothing that will draw a person outside more and into nature than a water feature because it's so inviting. People will not sit there for hours on end and watch their tulips grow, but they will sit there for hours on end and look at their fish. And these fish have different personalities.
They do, every one of them. And then my wife has certain favorite ones that when she comes out, they know, and they literally will hang right in a special spot.
Well, they'll hear you. They'll hear you coming. And they'll come right over like, feed me, feed me. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. And you said your wife has a favorite one named Domino, and what happens with that one?
He's this gray and black and white. No, the bigger one kind of.
Oh, back there. Yep.
But when she comes, he'll sit right there with his face about 3 inches out of the water, and she'll put him right into his mouth. He literally knows it's her and will literally sit there
with his mouth open.
Straight up. And he's not sideways. He's straight up with his mouth open, and she drops him right into him.
The thing about it too is that you use Aquascape fish food for this.
Absolutely. Premium color.
Yeah, they have the colors, and look at the colors that you get out of these fish here. It's just amazing.
And it truly, when they come in the spring, they're just so washed out. And then this color enhancing just instantly starts bringing their color to them.
I get very frustrated when I visit an Aquascape ecosystem pond and seeing them using non-Aquascape food. The Aquascape fish food has been designed for an Aquascape ecosystem pond. It's got probiotics in it, which helps break down the waste, and it's designed to work with koi fish. Unlike so many, if you ever see a floating pellet that goes on the surface, don't use that. It's got the least nutritional value. The stuff you're using, look at the kind of quality you get out of your fish.
They cannot wait to eat it.
And we've been feeding them for 30 minutes and they still want more. And look at the water quality and the plants. Everything is working in nature. This is an ecosystem pond at its finest. Wait, I'm standing getting pictures of your water lilies in here, and all of a sudden you talked about all the water leaving. What happened?
I was getting the good fish out of here so we could get rid of the goldfish and the bluegill that were in the ponds. So I built a containment system and really reinforced it, I thought, really well.
With a liner, like with timbers or something?
Yeah, liner and lots of plywood.
Yeah.
Well, it broke, and about 4,000 gallons of water went rushing across my yard. And
with the fish?
All of them were swimming right through the grass. So we were running around carrying them like
fish.
Footballs, running them, saving them, and
oh my gosh.
Oh, it was just all hands on deck. But Luke was helping us with that at that time.
So family, friends came by to check out the pond. Bring your girlfriend. Gotta be a reason she likes you. I just love how thick and lush everything is. And when you have a pond, it's a 6-year-old pond, but you know, the plants just really take over. Dave's not into manicuring things and everything, but like these cattails got pushed down. They're so heavy, so he just needs to trim these up. It just works. It's just an ecosystem.
That's right.
It just takes care of itself. And the waterfall is actually behind, I think that's bog bean or something over there.
Right. Yeah.
You can hear it, but you can't see it.
It's crazy.
But you don't really care, right?
No.
You're just like, hey, it works. It's a filter.
It's a beautiful waterfall, but it's also beautiful with all that plant life.
So he's got the aeration systems on right now. This is 4 foot of depth, you said over here, right?
Yes.
So this is a very deep pond. I can see some underwater lights in here. And I love how you can see it from the house too. Looking out the window and just checking everything out. How long have you had your pond?
I had mine in high school, so probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And did your parents like it?
Yeah. Of course, my mom was against it at first.
Always.
But now she's a huge fan.
Always.
But you also brought her to Aqualand, and that sold her.
That
sold her.
She goes crazy there now.
Anybody wants to come to Aqualand, we're located in the Chicago suburb of St. Charles. We're open 7 days a week in season, 5 days a week out of season. We'll put a link down there so you know what our address is. Come on by. We'll talk shop. How is that spear in there? It looks like it's floating, but it can't be floating. Do you have it on like a stake? What do you have it on?
There's actually a granite column that somebody had that was getting rid of it.
So you just kind of put it in there, and
Yep.
I can just see the top
Yes, exactly.
of the Biofalls. And look at this compared to the neighbors over there.
Right, exactly.
Do you ever see them in the yard?
Never.
And they wouldn't be, because there's nothing to draw you out. Like I said, there's nothing that will draw you out like a decorative water feature into the yard. I love the fact that Dave uses this for his therapy and his healing. Everybody could use therapy and healing on that. And I just love the fact that we're in a neighborhood like this. You wouldn't see this in a typical backyard, you know, on a beautiful golf course like this, but this is an oasis that Dave has created. And that's what I love about my channel, is showing people how different people are living the aquascape lifestyles, how they do it. Dave does not do a lot of work. This thing takes care of itself. It's a complete jungle back here. And if you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle yourself and just being back in nature, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor by you. I love my job.